Hello, my name is Michael Ignacio Jr., and I'm the creative director and owner for Kapua Press LLC. I'm also a published fantasy author. This will be the first of many videos talking about my perspective on writing, the fantasy genre, and other such things. Thank you for taking the time to listen to what I have to say. I hope you will consider giving some of my novels, as well as the future works of Kapua Press LLC, a chance. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always had this desire to make up stories and share them with my mom. My earliest tales were written poorly in pencil, and I even illustrated what I was trying to say with crayon. Bless my mom, for she sat there and listened as I told her about young adventurers going through weird dungeons to get treasures. I was young, probably about 4 or 5 when I made these short little stories. I'll be honest, I did that for fun and never realized at the time I could one day actually share my stories with people outside my family. From an early age, I knew I had stories waiting within the brilliance of my soul, and I knew I had to give them life. But I didn't know how to actually do it. As I grew older, I began to understand what it took to become a storyteller. And yet, I was very nervous at first. I had to deal with the anxiety of being judged by people who might not appreciate my stories, with finding my voice and establishing what I wanted to say exactly, and with finding a supportive environment that would allow me to cultivate my creativity. It takes a great deal of courage to open yourself up to your imagination, expose yourself to others, and await their approval and feedback. Not everyone is suited to being brave like that. But I bolstered myself as I began to discover I was meant to be a storyteller. Once I figured that part out, I began to take efforts to improve my wordcraft. There is a primal magic in words. Once they are spoken or written, they contain incredible power. That is a universal law, and it still enchants me to this day. If you refer back to your most favorite book, it inspired you for a reason. The right combination of words, intention, and voice awoke something inside you, and it made you long for more of what that author had to say. I want to do that in other people, for I have been awoken and enchanted many times by fantastic writers. You probably have at least one story within you, and it's waiting to be told. Do you have the will to allow it to be told? It's a scary prospect to make the transition from having your story buzz around in your mind to speaking it or writing it into creation. Your story will live through the innate magic of the world. Your characters will breathe, think, love, tremble, thrive, and die. You will have incredible responsibility placed upon you, and not just to the living people you create within the depths of your creativity and imagination. You will owe it to the people who stop and listen to what you have to say. They might not realize it at first, but they have been waiting their entire lives to hear or read your story. It may affect them, or it may not. That's not the point, though. The point is that they were meant to be a receiver, just as you were meant to be a provider. Do you have the courage to take those steps toward wearing the mantle of storyteller? It is a strange yet exhilarating adventure to coax, caress, and/or cultivate the imaginations of others. You might be apprehensive with trying to empower other people, because it's not an easy task. There are risks and rewards to be had, but when you first start, the journey can be somewhat intimidating and confusing. To this day, I'm still a little intimidated and confused with how to best reach out to people. Many days, I wonder to myself if I have the right to be standing in the vast expanse of the universe with the intention of empowering those around me. However, whenever doubts creep toward me like metaphorical phantasms, I remind myself that I possess a brand of ancient and compelling magic. Imagination and creativity have always been inside us as humans, and it is inside you too. I found a way to capture that arcane energy, and I channeled them into my voice, both my vocal and my literary voice, to share my stories. You can do this too. If you are scared, anxious, or unsure if you can open yourself up to the world to share what you have to offer, know this: you are not alone. I have never met you, but I believe in you. You can do it. I'm here for you as a fellow storyteller. There are people out there in the world, people whom you've never even met, and some you will never physically meet, who need to hear your story. You will change them and how they perceive the worlds around them and within them. You might be the writer, artist, actor, actress, or musician who saves someone's life by inspiring them. Stories are not just captured in books, but they are told through song, drawings, paintings, and through stage, audio drama, or on-screen performances. If you are a storyteller, then you are meant to share what's inside you. It will be hard at first, and the first steps of any journey are always the hardest. However, if you believe in the magic that sparkles within the depths of your own soul, and you have the will to move forward, then you can affect the world around you through your words. Let us push back the darkness of the world with the radiance of our souls. Our stories, songs, art pieces, and acting portrayals can be the beacons that inspire others to create. As I mentioned before, this will be the first of many videos. The world is what we make it, so let's make it bright and imaginative.